What's up, YouTube? It's Oz again. Man, I am a lazy, bad YouTuber. I apologize. I actually tried to vlog a couple of days and then I forget somewhere along the way and don't finish it. I've just got so much footage that I haven't sat down and put together. So I'm considering just getting rid of all of it and just continuing like this. You know what I mean? I know it's been a while. I apologize for just finding the channel. Hit that subscribe button. So let's see, where did I leave off? So I changed the mass airflow sensor. It was a little bit more than, not the replacement, but the resetting of the code. I had to do it a couple of times to get it to reset. Got it all to reset. And then a couple days later, got the service engine light again. Checked the codes, and it's saying the canister valve solenoid, which the canister valve was just replaced. So the van's running great, okay, but it's making some noises that I don't like, and I'm wondering if something has. Okay, so when I was doing the mass airflow sensor, I don't know if I said this in my last video, probably not. When I was doing the mass airflow sensor, like before I did it, there was some stuff that wasn't tightened down in all of that breather assembly, and I tightened it all down, reset the code, and it was still there and stuff. So when I changed the mass airflow sensor, when I went to take all that stuff apart, the back of where the breather plugs in by the intake wasn't even hooked up. So even though I had tightened it down and it wasn't hooked up. So I'm wondering if maybe the noises that I'm hearing between 40 and 60 have something to do with something in that system that toward the intake, because it does kind of seem that way now that they've looked at all the driveline stuff, and I've looked at it too. And maybe that didn't get put back on there right, and it sucked something down in there. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm mechanically inclined, and I know about Chevys to a certain extent, but this is a noise that I've never heard or dealt with before. Anyway, we'll get it figured out. It's just a service engine light. It's not a check engine light, emergency, or anything like that. I also had a top radiator hose pop off that I had to put back on and tighten up, and lost all my water and stuff, but we got that handled. I got the desk set up. I've used it a couple of times. And I'm probably going to do some more stuff today. I've been really enjoying my time. You know what I mean? I was like, well, I got a couple more electrical connections that I need to do, and I got this I need to do, and that I want to do, and whatever. And, it just kind of hit me that, hey, I don't really have to do any of this stuff. It ain't no rush. You know what I mean? So I just been kind of relaxing and enjoying my time with friends. I did a lecture. I gave a lecture Thursday, and then a friend of mine had a book published and did a book signing on Saturday. Went to that and then hung out with them after at their house. Then Sunday I did another little impromptu teaching session. Not really impromptu, we've been planning it, but it wasn't really a lecture. Yeah, and now it's Tuesday. Thursday I go to the lodge again, hang out with people, not anything real formal. And then Saturday there's a Friendsgiving thing at the lodge, so we're having a Thanksgiving Saturday. And then Sunday back again. So guys, I've been staying pretty busy. I've had some one of my friends that I grew up with has been wanting to see me, and he keeps calling, but then I have a bunch of shit going on. So I'm relaxing, enjoying myself, taking my time, getting the last of this stuff finished. Got some laundry done, been scoping out some new spots. The Planet Fitness here is 24 hours, My Planet Fitness, and there's a great parking spot over there that I've slept in a few nights, and yeah, it's actually really good. It's kind of people milling around, you know what I mean? But like, I stayed up over there one night, went late and worked out, took a shower and stuff, And then I hung out in that parking spot till like 2 or 3 in the morning. I stayed awake, and there were still cars, and so I'm not worried about like looking like I'm the lone vehicle in the parking lot or whatever. And yeah, like I said, I slept there 2 or 3 times now, and it's worked out good. So I'm increasing my rotation of spots. I haven't slept at that Walmart in a week. Yeah, it's going well. All the systems are functioning as expected. I'm getting to the point now where I'm not checking the solar every 5 minutes and checking the battery every 5 minutes. Still been using the air fryer quite a bit. I've also been eating out quite a bit. I actually, I may have said this in the last video, but I've overspent a little bit here in the beginning, and I expected to. Made some moves. I'm now making my own cigarettes, so that's cut my costs down to 1/3 of what it would be otherwise. And I'm going to be going to see my kid probably next week to work on getting her off of my cell phone plan and onto a Mint mobile plan, which is a lot cheaper. That'll save me a little bit of money, and I also still need to go shop around for van insurance and see if I can find a better deal. But I'm taking my time, and the fact that I've overspent, is no big deal. The mass airflow sensor came out of the emergency fund. If I was to just dole out the rest of what I've got for the next 6 months, it'd be about almost $1,700 a month, which is only about $100 less. So all it really take is for next month for me to live really frugal, and I'll be right back on track. Van's a little dirty. Now that I'm making my own smokes, the tobacco kind of gets all over the floor when I do it. It's a little bit of a messy process, but it's saving me so much money. And, I'm trying to vape more, try to cut it down even more. I'd like to get off the cigarettes, but it ain't easy. Been thinking a lot about this YouTube stuff, guys, and I enjoy this, but I've just been making a big adjustment here, and really trying to find a rhythm, and I feel like I'm getting there, but it's a big transition from every second of your life have to be logged, and you're constantly on a weird time schedule of deliveries as nothing's ever consistent, etc., to just being able to do whatever the fuck I want. Everything's the same. Well, it's actually better in the van than it was living in the truck, but now I can go wherever I want. I can stop and go to the grocery store. I can do whatever I want, and it's a big transition, and there's actually quite a bit of boredom. Like I'm sitting here just relaxing in the park, and thinking, well, I could go do this or I could go do that, and then I'm like, well, but do I really want to just burn a bunch of gas running around town when I really don't need to go anywhere? Once I don't feel so constrained by the budget, probably starting next month, I think I'll be a little more free to roam more. But the lodge, I'm in Fort Worth, and the lodge is in Dallas, so that's a lot of fuel back and forth, and I'm going back and forth 2 to 3 times a week. So I've got to get a rhythm on that. Sometimes I sleep there. I'll go there and hang out and whatever, and then I'll sleep there in the parking lot. But it's weird. That's just not my area. Like Dallas is not. It's not home. You know what I mean? Even though I'm living in the van, like Fort Worth over here, I know where everything is. I know this city like the back of my hand, and so it feels real comfortable to help me get the start. Dallas is just, I don't know. I don't really like Dallas. I never have. So, logically, it would be better for me to stay somewhere, to be hovering around that area closer to the lodge. But it's just, this feels like home, so I tend to keep gravitating over here. contemplating like the first trip somewhere, but it's just the stuff with the van, you know, has me a little bit uncomfortable, even though it's probably fine. It's just going to take some time to get all the kinks worked out and feel comfortable with it. And, I mean, the van's doing fine. I mean, you know, even though my brain is a little uncomfortable, not paranoid. My brain's a little paranoid about it. But the reality is that, you know, I mean, the temple, I mean, the lodge is, you know, 40 minutes from here on the freeway. And like when I went out to that book signing, I drove 100 miles to that on the freeway, and everything did fine. No hiccups or anything. It's just those noises bother me. Anyway, guys, I'm just rambling at this point. I'll try to do better about popping in, telling y'all what's going on. There's not any big adventures or mountains to show you or any of that kind of stuff because I'm in the city, you know what I mean? So it's like I don't really know what to film or where to go hang out to make some kind of content. I did go to this one park on Fossil Creek after it rained and the creek was flowing real good, but I didn't get any footage of it. Again, I've just kind of been in relax and reset type of mode. We'll get there. I'll get to the point where I feel, you know, more normal. Like right now, everything just doesn't feel normal. Anyway, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for sticking around, and I will see you on the next one.